What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS! The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you, we get into it. Let's do it.
I must go, must leave this house. I must go, the time is now. I must go, it's time to get out.
Okay, people, before we get started, I would greatly appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get notified. We drop new episodes of FORNEVERNEWS every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST, and throughout the week, we re-upload those segments into smaller bits for your viewing pleasure. So yeah, we could help both each other out if you would hit that subscribe, that bell, you get notified. We keep this ship going. I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get into it. First story of the episode. Fam, it feels like the anime industry is on fire. It is burning, in particular over here in the West, because over the last week or so it has been one hell of a show, to say the least, regarding the battle between the voice actors and the industry. Now, it's no secret that a lot of parts in the anime industry, not only just the animators, we always talk about how the animators are stressed out and they're not getting their just dues, but there's a lot of key components in the anime industry that are very underpaid, and I don't want to say overworked, because some of them, they don't work as much as especially the animators over there in Japan, but the voice actors over here in the West, it's no secret that between the fact that fans never really give them their just dues, oftentimes they are criticized very heavily, and they're underpaid. They usually get about $65 an hour with a 2-hour minimum, so they'll get about $1.30 for their time, and then their part is usually done, and hey, gotta wait until the next one, until you get casted for something else. So that's already been an issue. That's why a lot of unions have been formed or whatnot. But over this past week or so, things got intense and got heated between the voice actor of Mob from Mob Psycho and Crunchyroll. Voice actor Kyle McCarley came out recently and said, hey, I might not be returning to Mob Psycho 100 with season 3 because Crunchyroll don't want to play ball, and it has snowballed and escalated from there. Let's read so that you guys are up to speed and understand everything that's going on, because it's been absolute chaos with multiple voice actors coming out, a lot of different things. Let's read. Mob Psycho 100's English voice actor probably isn't coming back because of Crunchyroll. October slated to be a stacked month in the realm of anime, with the return of the popular shonen series Bleach and the debut of the hotly anticipated devil-killing anime Chainsaw Man. However, it's not looking like the English voice actor for everyone's favorite milk-drinking psychic will be reprising his role in the upcoming season of Mob Psycho 100. Today, and this was a few days ago now, Kyle McCarley, the English voice actor for Shigeo Mob Kogeyama, uploaded a video to YouTube titled A Message to the Fans of Mob Psycho 100. In it, he informed fans that they will most likely not hear his voice in Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 due to release on October 5th because Crunchyroll, the internet's leading anime streaming service, allegedly refused to work with McCarley under a Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists union contract. I know for some of you that probably sucks to hear, and believe me, that sucks a lot to say. I'm really bummed about this, McCarley said in the video. It has been made abundantly clear to me that in the case of Season 3 of Mob Psycho 100, Crunchyroll is not going to be producing that show on a SAG-AFTRA contract. I guess it would be SAG-AFTRA. McCarley told Kotaku that Crunchyroll initially reached out to him on September 8th to ask about his availability and working on Season 3 of the anime. According to McCarley, Crunchyroll typically goes for simuldubs of a show, meaning recording both the English and Japanese voiceover of a series whenever they can. And following this video releasing, the internet went wild, like, yo, Crunchyroll, like, y'all better not play with us, like, we want Mob Psycho. And this was only over a few hours after this release that this was kind of going on, before Crunchyroll quickly came out with a statement and pretty much said, hey, you don't want to play ball with us, you want us to work under these contracts that we're not working under? Here's our response. And yeah, let's read this one. Crunchyroll's response to Kotaku regarding Mob in Season 3 of Mob Psycho 100. A Crunchyroll representative sent Kotaku an email in response to McCarley's role as Mob in Season 3 of Mob Psycho 100, saying, Crunchyroll is excited to bring fans worldwide the dub for the third season of Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 as a simuldub, the same day and date as the Japanese broadcast. We'll be producing the English dub at our Dallas production studios. To accomplish this seamlessly per our production and casting guidelines, we will need to recast some roles. We're excited for fans to enjoy the new voice talent and greatly thank any departing cast for their contributions to previous seasons. So, in a nutshell, their response is, oh, you're fired. You're recasted. That's it. It's over. Because the whole battle about this whole situation, in case you're not kind of grasping what's going on, because it is a lot, I completely understand. Basically, Crunchyroll doesn't want to work with union voice actors because a union means that they would have to pay more out of pocket, and they're not trying to hear it. They're not trying to do it. They basically don't want to be working with any type of unionization, and their response is basically, oh, hey, he's fired. He's out of here. No more. And honestly, first of all, their response was very smug. It wasn't even like, hey, you know, we hear. It was just like, hey, we got something new for you guys. He's out of here. That's it. And that's that. And I'm just kind of like, wow. Honestly, for starters, very disrespectful response to this whole situation. They basically said straight up and down with that they're not going to play ball. They're not going to be working with the union. And it really sucks because, for starters, one of the things about voice acting, as I started this whole thing off with, is that they don't get paid that much. And on top of that, their roles oftentimes are few and far between, unless you're one of those people like, Colleen Clinkenbeard, or one of those voice actors, Bryce Papenbrook, that are constantly casted. You usually get your little role and you come back once in a blue. It's not enough to live off of. So these unions help to protect these people that want to be in these industries, that maybe they got a couple of roles, but it's not enough to live off. It helps them to be able to accumulate funds and just in general live better and stay in this whole realm without having to, worry about finances or whatnot. And Crunchyroll not wanting to do business with them pretty much ruins everything for this whole situation. And the worst thing about this whole situation is the fact that right now Crunchyroll runs it all. And this is what I've been telling you guys for a while now about these whole monopolies that are being created within the anime industry, that, okay, boom, if you have one company that is the majority of, hey, we run this ship, then situations like this are unavoidable, because aside from Crunchyroll, there's only a select few that are running with, making new anime and working on dubbing and whatnot, like Netflix, and, very few and far between. And yeah, it's just mainly Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll has everything by the cojones, so to speak, because Crunchyroll, of course, has fused with Funimation and they're owned under Sony. So yeah, this is bad. And then, yeah, it started to escalate because fans were bringing up other previous situations regarding Jujutsu Kaisen and all sorts of stuff, because a person brought up this Crunchyroll Mob Psycho dub situation. Just reminds me that Jujutsu Kaisen 0 made $30 million in the US, and the dub actors for that were paid like $300 each for their roles. And one of the voice actors from the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 dub said, I was paid $150 total, no residuals or anything past that. So pretty much they were only paid for about like 2 hours worth of work. They were probably paid about $75 an hour. Maybe it was, a little boost from the old 65, but they were paid $150. And that's another thing, that anime voice acting doesn't provide you with even residuals. And residuals, if you don't know what that is essentially payments that are made, like if, an episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, or, the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 movie, if it plays on TV or something like that, they got to give you a certain percentage of the royalties. So they got to cut you a check anytime it plays on TV or in other avenues. Hey, Crunchyroll is putting it, because I think Jujutsu Kaisen 0 just went on Crunchyroll fairly recently, is like, hey, now you got to cut them a check. They don't provide that with the dub voice actors. So I've always said, despite the fact that I'm not the biggest gung-ho fan of anime dubs, they have been dealt a really bad hand throughout time. Anime voice actors that are, doing the dubs and whatnot, they've constantly been scrutinized. They underpaid. They don't get the respect that they deserve. And then you look at this and it's like, dog, not even residuals, like $150 for Jujutsu Kaisen 0 that made X amount of money out there. That's crazy and wrong. And then another person came and piled on that regarding the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 film. They were also given the script about 30 minutes before recording and had a few hours to record. Worst part is, if a performance is bad or janky, people then target the actor or voice engineers. They rarely ever bring up the voice engineers. Let's keep it real. Like 99.9% of the time, it's, oh god, that voice actors did a terrible job. What the hell? $300 $200 isn't enough for a film, let alone being insulted on the internet for it. I concur. Honestly, this is a very, very nasty situation. To keep it real, with Mob Psycho 100, I've seen it both in sub and dub. I believe my last watch through of it was in dub, listening to Eric Vale as Reagan and Kyle McCarley as Mob, and this is gonna be weird going into it. Like, yo, that's the main character. That's like recasting Goku in Dragon Ball Z. That's like recasting, Naruto and Naruto, although I don't listen to the Naruto dub. But point being is that this is going to get messy, because if other voice actors decide to go up against the grain as well, it's going to be a very messy situation. Now, granted, it could also open up the floodgates for people that are like, oh, that's all good and all what y'all going through, but I've always wanted to be a voice actor. We going and getting this check, and that will likely happen. And that's probably why Crunchyroll is playing hardball, because they understand that there's a whole, sea of people that would jump at the chance to get into this industry or whatnot, and they won't even debate about unions and all of that stuff. So I expect it to get messier as time goes on. But yeah, if you're a fan of Mob Psycho 100, Mob will be recasted, and Crunchyroll is not trying to play with anybody. I mean, their response speaks volumes that they're just like, oh, well, we're recasting you. Have an awesome one. Like, nuts. Moving forward, Chainsaw Man fans, y'all know, in case you don't, that Chainsaw Man is coming this October. It's only a few weeks away. I believe it was October 11th that they said, 12th, 11th, that keeps on bouncing around. But yeah, October 11th-ish, Chainsaw Man anime will be coming. We got a new trailer recently that was absolutely breathtaking to witness. It was freaking amazing. But on top of that, they revealed something that Chainsaw Man fans are a little bit confused, because internal, I guess you would say, leaks, so to speak, had suggested something else regarding the episode count for the upcoming Chainsaw Man anime. Because according to this, it says Chainsaw Man is currently listed with 12 episodes. It will have a different ending theme song for all 12 episodes, and the artists are Eve, Aimer, Canaria, Pseudo, Queen Bee, Zutomayo, TK from Ling Tosite Sigure, Tubo, Vondi, People One, Maximum the Hormone, oh my god, they're so freaking awesome, and Ano. So pretty much there will be 12 episodes, but the thing about it is, a lot of people were informed that it will be 24 episodes. I'm totally gonna go out here and say that more than likely what it is that there's going to be a core break. They probably don't know how long that core is gonna be. They might want to just pull it like a Demon Slayer, where, hey, you're gonna get it seasonally released, so you're gonna get 12 now, and then you're gonna get it another year later, the next 12. Maybe that's what they're aiming for. I hope that's not the case. I hope that it'll be 12 now, October to December, and then, come springtime, April, we return with it. If it's like a full-on year, like October to October or something, that'll be horrible. I really hope that's not the case. I hope that they do these 12 first, and then we get another 12 within about 3 months, because Chainsaw Man, it's looking like it's going to be absolutely amazing. And also, that means it's going to cut off before some of the really, epic stuff goes on. I mean, don't get me wrong, Chainsaw Man from Jump is going to be absolute absurdities, insane, and awesomeness, but yeah, 12 episodes seems a little bit light. I think they really, really want to make this thing sell a lot. That's one of the biggest things, because of the amount of money and resources they put into this. I mean, for crying out loud, each episode is going to have a different ending song, 12 different ones alone. That's selling an album right there. You're basically promoting an album, so we gotta wait and see. But 12 episodes for Chainsaw Man, while it's disappointing, at the very least, hey, we're freaking getting it finally, and based off the trailers, it's going to look great. We also got a couple of other pieces of information. For starters, a message from Tatsuki Fujimoto. The animation of Chainsaw Man is recommended because the opening, ending, and video are good. It seems that the video changes every time the ending is done, so I recommend it. The opening is a good song that repeats many times, so I recommend it. The artwork is also very good, so I recommend it. In case you don't know Tatsuki Fujimoto, he's a bit of a, I want to say, troll. He says some wild and zany stuff, but yeah, he recommends it because the video and the opening and endings are really good. But then there's a little bit more, because, well, I'll just keep on sharing with you everything that I got here. For starters, did you know when it comes to Tatsuki Fujimoto, the reason why he drew all those Chainsaw Man women is because one time a girl from his university flipped his bike over and laughed. Fujimoto said said he was lucky to have this because this type of women are bossy, unreasonable. So that's why, like in Chainsaw Man, you got all these, demonic and kind of messed up women because trauma, PTSD. Like, it's not even a funny situation. He's basically pulling from life trauma to write these horrible women that are very devious and whatnot. Maybe he was bullied or something like that, and this is his revenge. You know what they say, the best revenge is to get lit, baby. Not success. And lastly, regarding Chainsaw Man anime is on the upcoming cover of Nikkei Entertainment issue 11 2022 to promote the upcoming anime start. And I'm not even gonna lie, that is such a freaking awesome and fly cover. You got Aki in the middle with Denji in power, and it looks straight out of the anime. Please, I need to get my hands on this. This just looks so good. And yeah, I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on Chainsaw Man because I absolutely love it and adore it. But yeah, people, again, Chainsaw Man anime, 12 episodes, different endings for each episode, and yeah, we might get, another 12 down the road. I'm hoping, again, a seasonal break, but we gotta wait and see. Either way, I'm just ready for it. I'm like here for it. A little disappointing that it's not 24 straight, but I'm imagining there's another 12 already in the works and probably closer to production than not. So yeah. Next up, we got some big news regarding Hunter x Hunter, regarding the manga's return date, but also Hunter x Hunter is not returning to Weekly Shonen Jump. Honestly, from what I gather right here, it sounds like they've decided to go a different direction with Hunter x Hunter moving forward, because y'all know in the past, whenever Hunter x Hunter returns, is that we get a chapter every week in Weekly Shonen Jump from however many chapters Togashi produced, whether it be 10, 20, 30, and you'll get them in Weekly Shonen Jump until eventually, boom, okay, now they get put in volume form. However, it will not be returning to Weekly Shonen Jump seemingly for serialization, and instead, it will be heading straight to volume form November 4th. Let's read. Hunter x Hunter manga gets first new volume after 4 years. The official Twitter account for Shueisha's Weekly Shonen Jump magazine announced on Tuesday that the 37th compiled book volume of Yoshihiro Togashi's Hunter x Hunter manga, the series' first new volume after about 4 years, will launch in Japan on November 4th. The manga currently has 10 chapters, 381 through 390, that have not yet been published in a compiled book volume. Togashi commented in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine in May that he had finished the rough drafts for 10 chapters, which is the typical amount for a volume. At the time, he had teased that he had finished 6 at first, manuscripts out of those 10 chapters. He's since continued updating the account with teasers of the chapter's progress. He did not reveal when the chapters would debut, but yeah, November 4th, the first volume in a while of Hunter x Hunter will be coming, and it's kind of crazy that I did call it that. Yo, wouldn't it just make more sense and get more money? We literally just talked about this in the last episode. That's why you should subscribe and hit that bell. Like, I literally told you guys, it makes more sense financially to just, dog, put it out in volume. Most of the people that were reading Hunter x Hunter back in the days, they're not with the magazine anymore weekly. They probably don't care. In fact, if you notice, little by little, Shonen Jump is turning their gears. We talked about that as well. Like, they're slowly edging towards a different direction besides Shonen Battle series, and that's probably why they're like, do we really want to even bring this to the magazine anymore? Like, who's really reading Weekly Shonen Jump waiting for Hunter x Hunter? Let's just put it in a volume form and let the fans go crazy, because yeah, that'll be basically the only way to read, obviously aside from people that'll eventually scan it in or whatnot, but that's the only way to get, your hands on the volume. Then boom, they'll probably go and buy the volume in droves. So yes, November 4th, Hunter x Hunter will be returning with a new volume, but it won't be returning to being serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump, at the very least at first. I don't know if they're planning on doing it after the fact, but considering every time it comes back it serializes first and then goes to volume form, it's safe to say they're probably skipping on a serialization. In fact, I'm going to add a caveat to that I'd imagine the reason why Togashi is on Twitter every day showing manuscripts is that is their answer to, okay, we're not going to serialize them anymore, but you need some type of promo to build up hype and whatnot. How about we get Togashi, this legendary mangaka, on Twitter showcasing little pieces of work every day leading up to the release of Hunter x Hunter? Kind of makes sense that, hey, it'll build up hype, it'll get interest, and people will be aware that Hunter x Hunter is returning, and you don't got to put it in the magazine and disrupt whatever they're trying to build over there with essentially phasing out a lot of battle stuff. So yeah, that could be where they're trying to go with it. But then also we got an update from Yoshihiro Togashi himself regarding pretty much seemingly hinting at how much Hunter x Hunter is going to be coming around this time, because he said at the moment 8 more chapters to go. Number 395 completed, number 398 finish making a fair copy of characters' speeches, finish drawing the colored cover page. So if that first volume is ideally going to have about like 9 or 10 chapters, and he's talking about at 395 that he has 8 more to go, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring to say that there will be 3 volumes of Hunter x Hunter altogether. Maybe the first one will be about like 10, and the second and third one will be about like 7 apiece or something like that. More than likely what happened behind the scenes is Shonen Jump approached Togashi like, hey, how about more Hunter x Hunter? He was probably like, hey, how about I'm not breaking my back doing this shit weekly anymore? I will be from the comfort of my home sending you guys the chapters, and you do what you will with them. They were probably like, all right, fair game. You don't want to play ball? We're just going to put it on volume. You won't be in the magazine no more. But yeah, we want 3 of those bad boys. So make sure you make enough chapters to make 3 volumes. And bada boom, bada bing, bada bam. Here's where we're at with it right now. Hunter x Hunter returning November 4th, but in volume form, not in Shonen Jump. And yeah, it looks like more than likely we'll probably have about 3 volumes altogether. It'll probably be the first one in November, second one maybe like February-ish, March, and then so on and so forth, completing 3. And then more than likely Togashi will go back on break until God knows when, because it seems as though they cut him a check, they cut him for his time or whatnot. He hands in volumes and life carries on. But hopefully he does a nice big, chunk of progression with the story. Hopefully with these next couple volumes, it actually progresses to the point where there's some sort of end sight for the series. I don't think there will be, but I mean, from everything Togashi has said throughout the years, let's get closer to the end quickly. I'm just saying, not saying to rush it, but there's ways to maneuver through the story to get where you're trying to go, so that way we don't, drag along. And yeah, we gotta end this shit sooner than later, man. Togashi's getting older, the health issues are getting crazier. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter, November 4th. No jump, but it'll be back in volume form. Moving forward, Jujutsu Kaisen fans, they're starting to gear up little by little. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, with this promo image that was released. It says here, Jujutsu Kaisen's TV anime website has a countdown that goes down every 10 seconds and should end in approximately, well, at this particular point, it might be close to being over, or it might actually be over. But yeah, it says here that this is a Jujutsu Kaisen TV anime Season 2 new key visual, and on it, you got Gojo and basically Geto in the train, and I believe, is that Nobara next to Gojo? No, that's not Nobara. Oh yeah, duh, this is a flashback or whatnot. That's one of their team members or whatnot. But I ain't gonna lie, looks sick. Also really showcases where Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is gonna at the very least start off with, which, I mean, I don't think that this is going to be like a core focal point of like the entirety of Season 2, depending on how many episodes we get. But essentially, it looks like we're gonna be very Gojo centric, getting into his backstory and whatnot. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a dope little image, but it just gets me hyped. Like, yes, baby, please, I can't freaking wait. I'm dying for more Jujutsu Kaisen anime. It feels like it's been forever ago, and realistically, it's been what, a little bit over a year now. It ended about like March-ish of 2021. So yeah, I'm ready for more Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, granted, we got Jujutsu Kaisen 0 in between there. That was kind of to supplement it, but still, I want more Jujutsu Kaisen TV anime. And yeah, they blessed us with this visual for Season 2, a new key visual, and that more than likely means that we're not far off. Probably once Chainsaw Man wraps in December, maybe winter be too soon. Probably I'm gonna bet on spring of 2023. That's what I'm gonna bet on. That's when we're gonna get Season 2. I might be wrong, but yeah, we'll see. Which would be perfect if like Demon Slayer came out around that time. I'm just saying, I really want to see these two good lives go head to head. Demon Slayer Season 3 and Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. But yeah, people, really dope visual for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Can't freaking wait. Moving forward, Black Clover fans, it looks like they're gearing up for something. I don't know what, but kind of got me excited and more in the realm of thinking of Black Clover's TV anime, because according to this, it says Black Clover's TV anime will start a rebroadcast of special episodes selected by staff and cast to commemorate the 5th anniversary of the adaptation. This rebroadcast starts on October 9th on TV Tokyo. Now, granted, they're saying, yeah, 5th anniversary or whatever, but usually they don't rerun episodes of anything over there in Japan. I don't know why that's the case, but it's a very big deal. Like if they re-air Dragon Ball Z on TV, despite the fact that it's been out for 100 million years. It is a big deal. It's like, whoa, oh my god. So for them to do this for the 5th anniversary, it more than likely could be that this is going to lead up to, you know, as the weeks go on and they air these episodes, boom, Black Clover movie, or maybe it could be the TV anime return announcement. Oh god, please, please, please. I think there's more than enough material now to get back on the bowl game. Also, considering we're in the final arc. Oh, come on, dog. Piro, if you're doing what you're doing for Bleach, I would love to get a little of that trickle down over here for Black Clover. Either way, yeah, they're rebroadcasting episodes for the 5th anniversary. More than likely, that means that they're going to do something. I don't know what it could be. It could just be simple as, hey, they're doing that to gear up and ramp up for the upcoming film that's been, you know, confirmed for 2023. Could be a little TV anime action. I'm just saying, please, Studio Piro, please. Budaku Kudoba! But we gotta wait and see. Either way, they're re-airing Black Clover over there in Japan, and re-airing stuff in Japan is not like over here in the West. It is a very big deal over there. Next up, quick update for Bleach fans. It just says here, a special Bleach 1000 Year Blood War arc TV anime poster will be included next week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 44, and I'd imagine as we get closer to the release of Bleach's 1000 Year Blood War, we're probably gonna get more heavy promo, more stuff coming, because yeah, this is a very big deal. You could tell that they put a lot of money, manpower, and time into this Bleach anime return with the 1000 Year Blood War. So probably poster that week, another PV at one given point to showcase even more of what's happening, probably comments from Kubo. There will probably be a lot leading into the first episode, and even after that they'll probably have little bits. Maybe they'll start releasing like character designs in the upcoming issues or whatnot, of like, hey, this is what, you know, Rukia looks here, this is what Renji looks here. So we'll probably get stuff like that as well. They're gonna do a lot for this one. But yeah, a special Bleach 1000 Year Blood War TV anime poster will be included in next week's issue of Shonen Jump number 44. I wouldn't mind getting it, honestly. It's just that I don't have room at, like, yo dog, if you knew how much of my collection I really have, like this, yes, this is a good chunk of it, but I also have my car trunk filled. I have downstairs an entire giant shelf bigger than this shelf filled with anime. I got my freaking magazine. I got a lot of shit, so that's why I can't collect these Shonen Jump issues anymore, because I just don't got no room. When I move and I get a giant freaking place to put some of this shit, sure, we'll have the one big straight up anime chill room where it'll just be like all sorts of really awesome stuff. But as it stands right now, yeah, I probably maybe I could splurge just for this one. Maybe, like, yo dog, I want that poster. I'm just saying. Moving forward, we got some Boruto and Naruto related stuff going on. For starters, we got, yeah, something that is just kind of like, god damn, is kind of newsworthy, I guess you would say, because somebody over at Daily Dose of Anime did a calculation of where we're at right now with the Boruto anime in terms of what is manga material and what is anime only material. Some people still refer to it as filler, some people call it anime canon, whatever you want to call it, have a blast. It's Boruto anime, period, right? But according to this, it says 80% of the Boruto anime is filler episodes. More than 200 out of 270 Boruto episodes are filler, basically not adapted for the manga. And that is, I can't even begin to explain how bad that is. Like, yo dog, I gotta stand on this one. In terms of the Boruto experience and whatnot, minus the episodes we got in 2021, the Boruto, which coincidentally are mainly from the Boruto manga, I'm really more so rocking with the Boruto manga moving forward. Like, from time to time when the anime comes back to the greatness of adapting really cool stuff, or even when they make original stuff, sure, I'll be on it, but I gotta really rock for what's really awesome, and that's the manga stuff. The manga stuff is really what makes shit pop. But this is bad. Like, I've seen some stats, like I think Naruto Shippuden was about like a 50 or 60% fillerish, which is still horrible, absolutely horrible. But in comparison to this is one of the other reasons why people don't really care for Boruto. Just keeping it real, this is one of the reasons why Boruto is where it's at right now in terms of the anime fandom, because nobody wants 80% of their anime to be straight up filler or TV original. Like, they want what they've read in the manga, or they want that really juicy stuff that kind of advances the plot along. This right here is no bueno. And granted, you know, there's still going to be really awesome moments to come, and when they come, I will, you know, let you guys know, hey, it was awesome. But 80%, in comparison, I don't have the exact stat, but I can assure you, like, One Piece's anime, no more than 20%, and I might be absolutely over exaggerating, it might be 10%, 10%. It might even be 5%. I'm not sure. But One Piece's anime, filler-wise, majority of the anime is canon, and it's a high majority. At the very least, 70-30 is canon, and because early on they added a little bit more filler than they have in recent times. Like, you'll get maybe like a 3 to 4 episode filler arc to like promote the movie or something like that. But it's mainly anime canon. Granted, the One Piece anime has its own problems. I'm not saying that by any means. It's like, the greatest thing in the world. Like, the pacing wise is a very big issue that has plagued One Piece, especially post time skip. But yeah, One Piece in terms of, the anime canon to filler, ratio or whatnot is massively different. And that's why, a lot of people, they'll still say, okay, I'll rock with the One Piece anime. There's, a good chunk of straight up canon. There's not much filler. But Boruto is the exact opposite. And I'm just really, really hoping that even if, hypothetically speaking, post time skip, they decide to come back and they're like, boom, it's still gonna be straight up ongoing. You get an episode a week. Maybe they decide, you know what? Let's put this Boruto Shippuden on a bi-weekly schedule in Jump Plus, or a weekly schedule in Shonen Jump. I'm gonna imagine that the best that we can probably get is a bi-weekly situation in Jump Plus. That way it will give more content to kind of add into the anime and just in general make things more smooth, and a big rebrand is in order. There's nothing more to be said. I'm not going to debate about this. This isn't up for discussion, for crying out loud. When sure, TV Tokyo and Shueisha, their pockets are great because they're saving a lot of money on producing this, and yet they're still banging out an episode every week. But on the long play and in terms of for the fans, it's not good at all. So yeah, hopefully we get something else to shake, because we need to turn that 80-20 to, at the very least, like, I don't know, 40-60 or something, for crying out loud. This is bad. But hey, what can you expect from a series that releases a monthly manga being adapted into a weekly anime? It's not even like a seasonal thing. Maybe if it was seasonal, it would be a little bit more fair game. But yeah. And while we're on the topic of the Boruto Naruto verse, we got here that Naruto's 20th anniversary projects will be revealed weekly, so they're not going to give it to us all at once. And the first project is Naruto's official website will be revealed on October 3rd, and then the next announcement will be October 10th, which is Naruto's birthday. Interesting. All Boruto info will be added on there as well, so you can expect whatever announcements to be coming out around that time. I can assure you, if there's anything major, I might even do like a breaking news midweek on here of an official, exclusive video, like, hey, this is coming out. I don't know what it could be that would really make me jump out of my chair, other than like a spin-off series, or them announcing, hey, Boruto Z is incoming, or something crazy like that. Like, that would probably get me to go like, yeah, let's do it. But yeah, basically this Naruto 20th anniversary thing, they're gonna milk it for all it's worth, and every week we'll get an announcement, starting with that Naruto's official website will be coming out October 3rd, and then the announcements will be on that website. So yeah, Boruto and Naruto fans, you got 80% of filler in Boruto, and you got weekly Naruto 20th anniversary announcements coming on the website starting October 3rd. Yeah. Invincible fans, quick update here that I got for you guys, because at the end of the day, I don't care if it's not anime, Invincible, and any other action series or things that I just want to talk about in general, I will continue to do so here on Forever News, because basically it just says here, Carrie Payton says he has finished doing voice work for Invincible Season 2 and is now working on Season 3. So because the way we do animation and voice over here, opposed to like Japan, is pretty much they do the voice work here and then they send it overseas or wherever it's going to get animated to get, created or whatnot. So if they already did the voice work, and if hypothetically speaking voiceover for the series has wrapped up for Season 2, then it's probably already being created, and I'm hoping very strongly that maybe spring or summer of 2023 we could get that Season 2. And then if they're already working on Season 3 as well, we could probably only have maybe a 3 to 6 month break in between for Season 3. And I'm really hoping, because I absolutely love Invincible, and yeah, I'm glad to hear that finally it's not just that they're talking about it, it's not just a maybe or whatever. No, Invincible is already on its way. At the very least, they finished the voiceover work. They're probably animating right now as I speak, and I can't freaking wait. I'm dying for this shit. I love Invincible so much. That first season was bussin' heavy. So yeah, people, be on the lookout. Hopefully 2023, fingers crossed, we'll get Invincible season 2, because I need it, mate. Oh, I need it. One Piece fans, as per usual, we got a ton of updates from Film Red to all sorts of stuff. Let's just read. For starters, it says official One Piece Film Red, and this was at the 45-day mark. We have a little bit better of an update on it. It says here, in 45 days, the film earned more than 14.9 billion yen with 10.72 million admissions in Japan. It has been number one for 7 consecutive weeks since August 7th. One Piece Film Red has maintained that number one spot for 7 weeks, almost 2 months straight. It's been number one. It is the highest grossing film of 2022 in Japan, and it's the 13th highest grossing film of all time in Japan as well. So it is doing marvelous. But then a little bit more of a better updated version, because according to this, it says One Piece Film Red revenue has surpassed 15 billion yen, and to commemorate this, they put out a wanted poster of the main female, I guess, is she the antagonist? I'm not even really sure, honestly, of the film, Shanks's daughter. They got a wanted poster of her Red Uta live, and it says like 150. So yeah, it's pretty much surpassed 15 billion yen, which I want to say as of the time of conversion is like well over $100 million that it's made in about like 50 days or somewhere around there. It's basically been about like around 50 days or whatnot. That's freaking insane. It's been the number one film in Japan for 7 consecutive weeks. It is the highest grossing film in Japan of 2022. And I'm going to throw in that maybe the reason why we're starting to also see a lot of these big collaborations, like we talked about Chainsaw Man, how it's going to have like a new ending with every episode. And then this movie seems to be very music centric. It seems like the streaming services are definitely helping out. I don't know if it's from a financial aspect for promotions or whatever, but I'm noticing, especially with Sony and the massive takeover they've been doing in the West over here, but just in general, it seems as though they're really pushing anime to get even crazier heights. Like if it is doing all of this, in comparison, One Piece Stampede didn't do this, none of the other One Piece films have done what One Piece Film Red is doing right now. It's safe to say that yeah, this collaboration and this musical thing that they're doing with a lot of these anime is benefiting them immensely. These streaming companies, these record industry folk are really pushing forward that yeah, anime is going to keep on going to the top so long as they have these music deals in place. And while we're on the topic of One Piece as well, a heads up that One Piece by Eiichiro Oda will be on break after next week's chapter. The series is planned to resume in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 45 out October 10th. So pretty much chapter this week, no chapter next week. This has been par for the course with One Piece for ages now. Don't need to dive deep into it other than say, yeah, Oda, you've been goated. You've been doing some amazing, I mean, almost every chapter the last month or so has just been unbelievable. So yes, Oda, please get your rest and come back and keep on killing it, fam, because you've been doing wonders. I mean, I imagine it must be a very interesting feeling to be Oda right now. Like your film is the highest grossing in Japan. You get nothing but praise for your chapters each and every week from the fans. Like Oda, he's a very accomplished man, and it's probably a good feeling, but also I'm sure a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Like, okay, how do I top that now? And how do I top that now? Like, well, he's on the final stretch. Godspeed, Oda. Moving forward, Eden's Zero fans. So in case you don't know, we've been waiting for that season 2, dog. We got season 1 of the anime, and it's been a bit now. And right after, I mean, like it was damn near like an hour or two after I released the episode of FORNEVERNEWS last week, they graced us and blessed us with, hey, here's a trailer for season 2. It says here, Eden Zero second season teaser PV lifted, TV anime second season unveiled and broadcast on NTV, not MTV, from April 2023. Draken Joe stands in the way of Shiki, Rebecca, and Happy. Shiki's fate is... Everyone, please look forward to the follow-up report. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, there was a little bit of a touchy time where it was, I guess, unclear what was going to happen with the future of Eden Zero, because the original director, if I'm not mistaken, of season 1 had passed. So a lot of people were in limbo, like, okay, are they going to continue Eden Zero with a different director? But it seems as though they're going forward in a major way, and we already got a second season trailer, and I'm ready for it. I mean, granted, it will be coming April 2023 in Japan. We realistically probably ain't getting that shit till like, I don't know, the end of the year or the beginning of next. Oh my god, yeah. We might not even see this shit, I just thought about it, until like 2024, because if it's coming April 2023 and the Netflix jail stops it from being like released weekly on the app or anything like that, it's basically gonna be like a whole freaking 6 months at the very least. We probably probably won't get Eden Zero Season 2 over here on streaming services legally anyway until like November, December of 2023, if not January of 2024. God damn. Next up, this was a story that also dropped right around the time I was creating last week's episode of Forever News regarding Genshin Impact. Now, I'll be honest with you, I played a little bit of Genshin Impact. It's not my bag, but I know it's very popular and a lot of people love it. Shout out to you guys. But a lot of people were telling me, yo, Fornev, we know you absolutely adore Studio Ufotable. Did you hear? According to this, Hoyoverse X Ufotable anime long-term project announced pretty much that they're doing the Genshin Impact anime with Studio Ufotable, and I'm not even gonna lie, I'm definitely gonna watch it just because it's Studio Ufotable. Like, I'm not, again, a big Genshin Impact fan. Not that I dislike it, I don't really game like that, and when I do, I like to play, like, I don't know, silly, goofy games or fighting games or something like that. I'm rarely into, like, even though it's a beautiful game, the graphics, it's gorgeous and all that stuff, I just never really got into it like that. But an anime, I might have to give it a go, especially, hold on, an anime by Studio Ufotable, I'm definitely giving it a go. I really hope that they nail it. Again, I am very unfamiliar with what the story is, but I've heard nothing but praise, so I trust that at the very least, if you mix Studio Ufotable with a cool story, they're gonna make some magic, and I am going to be watching this. Honestly, I might actually try to give it another shot. It's not, again, that I didn't like the game, I just really didn't give it a chance and didn't really get into it like that. I didn't give it the time. I might play it a little bit, get a little familiar with it, get ready for that Ufotable greatness, because, dog, you don't know about Ufotable, Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, Fate Heaven's Feel, and of course, Demon Slayer. What rock are you living under, fan? Genshin Impact anime incoming, Studio Ufotable. Let's freaking go! Moving forward. Okay, this is a very interesting story. Apparently, a anime writer that, you know, writes out basically what the anime is going to be for adaptations or whatnot, is actually working on his own manga, and it's the writer of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Attack on Titan anime, Yasuko Kobayashi. He started his new manga. It says here, anime scriptwriter Yasuko Kobayashi and artist Saki Nonoyama launched a new manga titled Danzai Lock, 6 Words of Punishment, in Kodansha's Comic Days app on Tuesday. Kobayashi is penning the story while Nonoyama is drawing the art. The manga is set in a world where, no matter what the circumstances, everyone who kills someone is themselves sentenced to death. Those on death row are imprisoned in the 6 prison districts where a strange economic system has emerged. One day, a steam train sends a new batch of prisoners to one such district, as it does every day. A man named Yushin, who calls himself a chaplain and bears priestly garb, also disembarks and encounters a man who bears a sword that is called Kunoji. And that is a lot of exposition and not a great way to explain it. I mean, the art looks dope. The kind of premise in the beginning of, hey, you kill somebody, you're automatically sentenced to death, sounds interesting, but yeah, a whole bunch of exposition dump in this explanation. And yeah, I thought it would be interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, he wrote scripts for Attack on Titan and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, probably had a little bit of decent influence to write something and cook something up. Also, it got a really dope artist on there because this art looks fly, and might give it a little bit of a read sometime. Check out what they're cooking up. Moving forward, okay, in 2 episodes of Forever News now, we talked about this one, and I had to bring you guys the goods to let you know that not only we talked about it, that it's going to be coming out in Japan, it is very clear now that you're going to be able to watch this, because in case you don't know, Berserk fans, there are 3 Berserk movies that were released before the 2016 anime. Granted, they had some CG in them. It was mainly 2D movies with 3D blends. It was announced within the last few weeks that, hey, they're going to be bringing those films and kind of remastering them, fixing up some scenes, adding new music, all sorts of really cool stuff, but it was just slated to air in Japan. However, according to this, Crunchyroll said Kentaro Miura's legendary series returns in Berserk the Golden Age Arc Memorial Edition, coming this fall to Crunchyroll. So this fall, those Memorial Editions that, again, is going to have updated art and animation in certain scenes and all sorts of really dope music and stuff like that, we're going to be able to watch them. And I'm going to guess what's happening here is that I believe Netflix's license of the Berserk movies is expiring, and with this Memorial Edition, Crunchyroll probably grabbed have the rights to the Memorial Edition. So it's like, hey, it's coming off Netflix probably within the next few weeks. And then boom, you got a brand new version of it on Crunchyroll. And I am definitely gonna, if I'm gonna rewatch these movies at all, it is gonna be this way. Because normally I rewatch Berserk with like the old 97 anime. Like that's my favorite version. I think that's the best animated version we have up to date. But yeah, I'm gonna rewatch these films in this Memorial Edition. I hope they fix some of those CG scenes, because there is a little bit of CG in there. It's not as bad and as jarring as the 2016 anime, but yeah, if they fix those scenes and whatnot, this could make those movies mwah. But we gotta wait and see. Either way, Memorial Edition coming this fall to Crunchyroll. I will be watching. Moving forward, quick update for MangaPlus. In case you don't know about MangaPlus, it is a app that you can read manga for free. Although I'm gonna just say something right now. I gotta let this rant off real quick because it's been pissing me off. I've been trying to read through Downbad because it is exclusive to MangaPlus. You can't read it on the Shonen Jump app, and every time, because there's a, let me even give you a little more info. Basically, with a lot of chapters, the only way you can read them is one time. You can pretty much read it, but if you leave the app and you close it out or whatnot, oftentimes they don't give you a chance to jump back in. They basically say, hey, can't read it again. Sorry, like, you know, your thing is done. And there's like glitches that happen when I'm trying to read the freaking manga of Downbad that basically cuts me out of the app, and essentially I can't read that chapter anymore. And I ain't gonna lie, that is really fucking pissing me off. It'll be like at the end of a chapter, there'll be an ad that pops up, and then right as that ad pops up, boom, I'm thrown out the app, or it acts like I already read the next chapter, which I didn't. Get your shit together, MangaPlus. That is really pissing me off. And if it wasn't that Downbad was pretty much exclusive to there, and ideally should be the easiest way to read it, trust me, right now, y'all got me heated. But MangaPlus has reached 6 million monthly active users. Its new country ranking is the following, with the US at number 1, Thailand number 2, Indonesia number 3, France number 4, Mexico, Philippines, Germany, Spain, Malaysia, India, shoutouts to India, shoutouts to all of y'all actually, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Canada, Peru, Italy, Colombia, Russia, Vietnam, and at number 20, the UK. So those are the top 20 readers from, you know, countries and whatnot on MangaPlus. And with 6 million monthly active users, you should have your app working properly. Okay, you shouldn't have me struggling here. You shouldn't have me pissed off in the middle of the night trying to read my Downbad, get my freaking enjoyment on, and then you're cutting me here, and I gotta go to other places to read it. Like, stop. Like, it's time to fix this shit. You got 6 million people. Come on. That's like if I had 6 million subscribers and I'm not editing my videos or some shit. And it's just like, you get the times where I'm looking at my phone and saying, where the fuck is that article? Like, I'm sure you don't want to get those little doses of freaking me just sitting here staring at my freaking phone, right? It's annoying. You don't want glitches. You don't want bullshit happening. I want to read the goddamn manga, like, without being thrown out of the app and not being able to go back to the chapter. Come the fuck on. Next up, just a small piece of My Hero Academia news. It says here, My Hero Academia TV Anime Season 6 will be publishing its latest news right before the broadcast next week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 43, because I believe, yeah, we're about a little over a week away from My Hero Academia's anime Season 6 return. So yeah, we'll probably, what could be the news? Is it going to be like the opening band, the ending band? I think that's already been revealed. So I'm wondering what the big TV anime news for Season 6 is going to be, unless it's going to be, hey, we rearranged some more arcs on your head, top boy, which, please don't do that shit. Season 5, that really was terrible. I was like, why would you do that, dog? No! The villains is what makes My Hero Academia pop. I'm just saying, stop treating them and relegating them as if they shouldn't be in the manga, which is a manga about heroes and villains. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Next up, me and Roboco fans, all of us two out there, because I'm a me and Roboco fan now. I'm on board. But yeah, me and Roboco fans. It says here that me and Roboco's anime adaptation will start airing on December 4th. Oh shit, cool beans. However, the next part is what kind of bummed me out. Like, I kind of already knew that it was going to be somewhat in this format, but goddamn, I didn't realize it was going to be this bad, because it will basically be 5-minute shorts anime. Essentially, every episode will be about like just a 5-minute comedy, and that tells me that, one, they don't really believe in this one that much. Like, if you're only giving it little sketch comedy things, you don't really believe in it that much. You don't think that it'll pop. I mean, granted, sales for me and Roboco aren't great by any means. I think the latest volume in its first week week did like 10K or something. So it's not like exploding or whatever, but if you believed in it enough to sit around in the magazine, why don't you believe in it enough to give it a real anime? Like a 5-minute shorts anime, that's not a real anime. I'm sorry. Like, I'm no disrespect to the people working on it and, you know, everybody behind the scenes, but 5-minute episode anime, like, that's more like maybe an independent, you know, creator. Like, if I was trying to make anime or some shit like that, sure, it would be impressive that I banged out some really cool looking 5-minute episodes of anime. Not when you got Shonen Jump and Shueisha behind the scenes. Kind of makes me wonder, well, then why did y'all leave me and Roboco in the magazine all this time if you only gonna throw some 5-minute episode? You know what I'm saying? Like, could it be that you're trying to make the magazine look a certain way because of certain advertisers, sponsors, and political ties that Jump and Shueisha have, which is why they're probably reorganizing the company and making Battle Series seem like, you know, a thing of the past and putting all this other shit? I'm just saying, are y'all trying to check boxes and not bring us the quality content that we want? I'm just saying. And again, that's no shade to me and Roboco. I like me and Roboco, but it's very interesting. You allow this manga to carry on in the magazine all this time only to give it 5-minute episodes, unless the sponsors are really good for those 5 minutes. I don't know. And also the animation studio is Studio Gollop. I'm not familiar with them. And to promote it, they put out a new knee visual instead of a key visual. Yo, Roboco's peak. A new knee visual of Roboco's knees. What are you doing on those knees, huh, Roboco? Yeah, people, me and Roboco anime coming again December 4th, 5-minute shorts. I'm gonna watch them, probably get a little laugh out of it. Roboco's dope. Next up, in case you don't know about this series, there was a manga that went for like, I think 5 or 6 chapters in Jump. It started gaining a massive fan base, and due to the author's health condition, had to go on hiatus. It was called Ruri's Dragon, but it says here, Ruri Dragon's official account comments that there's currently no news on the returning of the series from its indefinite hiatus. The account promotes the Tower of Children video game by Shueisha Games. So they used the Ruri Dragon Twitter account to push one of their games, but no news on Ruri Dragon returning. And it's scary to think about what's actually happening behind the scenes, right? Because they could say, you know, health issues all day. They could put out whatever blank statement. I don't take companies that don't really give a fuck. They're just trying to make money, their statements at face value. It could be a multitude of different things. It could be that the Ruri Dragon artist author is basically like not able to keep up with Jump's demanding schedule of release. It could be that they're really falling behind, they're struggling, so that could very well be the case. It could be a wide variety of issues that they're facing, but the fact that they said, hey, by the way, there's no news, but check out this video game, says that, yeah, it's probably gonna be a bit, or Jump is probably pissed off, like they were really excited, like, yo, we going on some fans, and all of a sudden, what the hell, you pissing it away? So again, there could be a wide variety of things, and no, I'm not saying that that's the right thing, because at the end of the day, hey, if the author is sick, the author's sick. But from a business standpoint, again, a lot of these people, they don't care. They're just like, yo, dog, we want our product, we don't care. And either way, no updates on Ruri Dragon regarding it returning, but Shueisha got something else to plug. Like, that's terrible. Like, dog, get off of their Twitter account. What the fuck? Like, I want Ruri Dragon updates, not video game updates. Stop. Next up, there was some comments recently made by the author of Hajime no Ippo, the boxing series, legendary classic series, whatnot, that I felt I wanted to share with you guys because it was very inspirational, especially if you're like somebody that is an artist that you kind of struggle sometimes to feel like, man, I'm doing it wrong. This right here might give you a little bit of pep in your step. Let's read. There was an event that reminded me of when I was a newcomer. By the way, it's George Morikawa, the artist, author of Hajime no Ippo. There was an event that reminded me of when I was a newcomer. It's been nearly 40 years since my debut, but I still don't really understand how to draw manga. I'm writing this in hope that it will reach newcomers. It's okay to fail. I'm just accumulating reflections of 40 years. You have to draw, and reflect. I once asked Tetsuya Chiba to publish a manga textbook. The answer came back, I don't know because manga is difficult. When I met Mr. Takumi Nagayasu, he said, I think I finally understand how to use the G pen. That's all. No matter how experienced you are, you're always groping in the dark. It's a task that probably has no answer and is neither perfect nor complete. There is a landing point called compromise. A popular writer who is said to be successful then challenges the greats of history to a battle. However, I am proud of young people who can use the latest tools and can even self-produce. It is impossible to keep winning without end. By the time you think you have grasped something, it is the end of your life. In the first place, comics are not shallow things that can be learned in 1 or 2 times in a person's life. We live to lose. That's why it's okay to lose. It's okay to fail. Don't be afraid to draw more and more. And shout outs to George Morikawa. That, even though I'm not, an artist per se in terms of drawing shit, that was very inspirational and very thoughtful of him to even think about, like, up and coming artists, like, here's my perspective, here's my thoughts, like, it's okay to fail. Like, just shout outs to George Morikawa. I read his author comments all the time, and rarely do I got anything to say on them because it'll be like the most random thing, but that right there, respect. Next up, let's take a close look at the top 50 best-selling manga of the week, courtesy of Jose_Ke. And 50 through 41 for Starters Against Spy Family at 48. I actually started watching the Spy Family anime last night. I had seen the first few episodes and I read 6 or 7, maybe 8 chapters a long time ago. But yeah, I'm getting back into it. I'm going to catch up by the time the anime returns in October. So shout outs to me. Then at number 45, in 10 days, Mission Yozakura Family with 13,000 this run, bringing its total to 24,000. Not great. I mean, is the anime, I keep on forgetting if the anime is officially confirmed I'm returning or not, but yeah, if the anime has been officially announced or not. But yeah, Mission Yozakura Family, okay, not the greatest sales. Then places 40 through 31. At number 33, we got One Piece 102 at 16,000. A lot of kind of series. What's that? The Vampire Dies in No Time. I don't know why. At number 39, that actually looks interesting. In 4 days, 14.9, almost 15,000. Okay. Interesting stuff there. Then places 30 through 21. We got, what the hell, Sex and Dungeon. We got at number 26, One Piece 103. I believe that's the latest volume with 18,000 this week, bringing its total to 1.8. Not too shabby. Ayakashi Triangle Volume 10 in 10 days, 19.5 this week, bringing its total to 40,000. That's why they just put it on Jump Plus. They were like, okay, there's an outcry, but it sells very well. We're going to keep this ship going. I mean, even look at the cover. It's so fan service filled. Oh my God. Then we got places 20 through 11. We got World's End Harem Volume 16 with 20,000, bringing its total to 38,000. We've got Haikyuu 10th Chronicle. I still don't know what the hell that is. Limited edition in 10 days, 133,000. Top 10. We got number 9, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 20. 33,000 this week. God damn, still bringing it in. 1.4 million. We got Uzaki. Okay, that was the controversial one. Uzaki-chan wa Aso, basically the Uzaki anime. In 3 days with 37,000. That's why they're not canceling that shit. It sells well. And by no means am I saying it should be canceled. I'm just saying, yeah. Then at number 6, Boruto Volume 18. Y'all know, in case you don't, we talked about last week that Boruto has been doing pretty bad. But in 10 days total, it has done 71,000 with 38,000 in the last run. Still not the greatest in the world. It's definitely a step up, and it's kind of weird now that I think about it. Did it? I believe it sold more in its second run. That's very strange. Either way, 71,000 in 10 days. It's a step up from what I thought it was going to do in about 10 days. I thought it would probably be at 40 or 50. So 71 in 10 days is decent, but still a very clear indication that Boruto manga is headed on a downward spiral. We went from 100,000 at some given points first week to this 10 days 71. We'll see what it does in its next week. Then at number 5, Tokyo Revengers Volume 29, 40,702 total. Not bad. And what's number 2? Motherfucking Ghost. No, MF Ghost Volume 15, 64,000. And at number 1 for the second week in a row, big things, World Trigger Volume 25 with 142,000 this week, bringing its total to 307. Yo, World Trigger fans show up for their series. Holy shit. Shout out to you guys. And yeah, people, those were the top 50 best-selling manga of the week, courtesy of Jose_Ke. And we'll wrap this episode up with the Shonen Jump and Shonen Magazine author comments. Yeah, let's get to it. For starters, we got Shonen Jump. We got Eiichiro Oda, creator of One Piece. I went to a Green live show. They used my illustration so wonderfully that I was moved. They have so many good songs. Oda, always living the life, huh? We got Mapolo 3 from PPPP. The watermelon season is over, so I plan to eat watermelon ice cream bars from now on. Ew. Yo, what the? Well, maybe, I don't know. At first it sounded gross, but now that I think about it, maybe it's not gross. I don't know. Then we got Hajime Komodo, author of Martial Magic and Muscles. I love the library. I borrow a lot of books and read them all lightly. Highly recommended. I used to frequent libraries back in my day. We got Kohei Horikoshi, author of My Hero Academia. I hope to keep the spirit of the more pockets the better. Yes, one pocket is never good. No. Then we got let's just throw this in here. Shuhei Miyazaki from me and Roboco. A lot of stuff happened and my butt exploded. Luckily there was no critical damage. What? We got Yuki Tabata, author of Black Clover. My teeth hurt, so I went to get drilled by a dentist, and then it was raining as I left. Even the heavens have forsaken me. Yo, Tabata, you alright? You alright? Hope you're alright. Then we got the weekly Shonen magazine author comments. We'll start off with Gachi Akuta's Kei Urana. I love parties. I don't. I mean, hey, I'll go to a party here and there, but I'm not. I like small gatherings with chill people. That's my bag. Then we got Nakaba Suzuki, author of Four Nights of the Apocalypse, Seven Deadly Sins. I finally beat Dying Light 2 with the assistance of my wife at last. That sounds so dope, playing video games with your wife. Shout outs to you. I've experienced that before. Well, not my wife, but my fiance. Either way, yeah. Then we got Ken Wakui, author of Tokyo Revengers. One of my assistants will get a serialization. Congrats, real y'all. That's dope. That's real dope. I love how a lot of these in recent times, like a lot of assistants to mangaka have been getting serialized. Like, that's dope. Then we got Hiro Mashima, author of Eden Zero. Between House of the Dragon and Power of the Rings, fantasy TV is thriving, and I really need to go back. I know it's bad or whatever, but I really need to go back and finish Game of Thrones. I was like on season 6 or 7 when I stopped watching. I need to badly. Then we got Muneyuki Kaneshiro, author of Blue Lock. I've been doing a lot of reading on the evolutions of living things and finding it fascinating. Dope. We got George Morikawa. I'm gradually enjoying Taka channel more. See, I never understand. Like the author of Hajime no Ippo, I never understand what he's talking about. But then we got, finally to close this off, To Your Eternities, Yoshitoki Oima. I've been addicted to my smartphone lately. It is an addicting device, I must say. But yes, people, we've reached the end. Let me know what you guys think. Most important story, favorite story, something I didn't cover, something that you kind of like, yo, dog, why are you not talking about it? Let me know. That's all I have for this one. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And you guys just watched another episode of Forever News. Have an awesome day, lads. Subscribe and hit that bell. I'm just saying.
I have a dream, alone in my room as I sit with the tea. Couldn't possibly think what I often see, and you don't even know how I often blink. Lights be flashing and looking at me, such a odd, unique, yet I'm so unique, and you're looking at me. If the walls could talk, they would probably read Bleach, and I'd probably say, bitch, get the fuck off me.